to YogaPod for the YogaPod practices. This is podFlow2. I'm Brad Ho, back just for those of you that might not know me or just want to hear my name again. Excuse me. And so today, as we work through our practice, what I want to work on is, it might be slightly uncomfortable for you, for me, but I kind of excel at making people a little uncomfortable. I think we're in an uncomfortable time, so learning how to cope with that's important. But today we're going to think in terms of articulating both the sound of Om as we practice at different points. The meaning of Om is very closely held to the yoga community. I've looked up a couple of different translations of it, and Om, by and large, is like the highest conceptual the highest conceptual level of understanding that we can. Sometimes even it's beyond understanding, but it's something that we want to kind of learn to cultivate in a way, because one meaning of Om is kind of the essence of life. And so thinking about tapping into that deepest, most intrinsic essence of all of living beings with the intention of really fine-tuning our experience. The sound of Om in the Rig Veda gives us a couple of different ones. The universe beyond the sun, so that space out beyond our normal perceptive reality, so the space back that is the kind of space beyond the space. It's also the mysterious and the inexhaustible, so it's kind of this mysterious space where once we're able to tap into it, there's almost a curiosity that starts to take over, that kind of brings us to the forefront. And it's inexhaustible. In other words, it goes on forever. The infinite language, the infinite knowledge, or the essence of breath, life, and everything that exists with which one is liberated. And that's really the idea that I want to work with right now. By and large, I feel like right now we have a deeply seated possibility intrinsic within this experience that we're all going through in this kind of this shared experience, even though we're kind of moved away from one another. And I think that part of this experience, or what's afforded to us through this experience, is an opportunity to find a kind of liberation from different kind of thought structures and ideas that we've had in the past, but also a kind of liberation from kind of the constraints that we also put upon ourselves. And so today, as we work with the sound of Om, as we articulate these sounds within our postures, we want to not necessarily be overly consumed with the sound, although the sound will be lovely. It might be weird, because usually Oming in a group sounds familiar, and it sounds, there's like a sweetness to the sound, but we want to make sure that we also allow that to happen. So if you're able to, if it's convenient for you, or if it just seems reasonable for you to Om in wherever you're at practicing, then please do. Otherwise, you can also Om inside, so it's more of an internal mantra. And it might feel a little bit odd at the beginning, but what we want to feel is, we want to feel a release of the kind of the thought structures that go. And so when we find ourselves in a position where the roof of the mouth softens and we start to feel the ears glide back a little bit, we are able to kind of still the mind just a little bit. And then our goal is to then rest in the essence that follows. And so sometimes when we Om before class, one of my favorite things is to just pause and let it settle, to rest into that space at the end. It's called the kind of the rest into the residue of the Om, or even resting into the essence of that Oming action. And so thinking about, after we've done our first 3 Oms, just thinking about resting into that space and allowing it to settle into just a little bit. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and get started. And it looks like we have people going. So first off, let's just go ahead and start in a seated posture for a couple of moments. Nice and upright with the spine, drawing your chin back a little bit, lifting the heart up, softening through the roof of the mouth. Deepening the breath, let the breath flow. distracted, you can close your eyes, but ultimately we want to keep our eyes open just a little bit. And even here in this space, resting into the background. So much of our experience takes place in the forefront of the brain, and letting ourselves kind of release back into more stabilized functions of the mind can be liberating in and of itself. Bringing hands to heart center. We'll start with 3 ohms, and at the end we'll let it settle. And deep breath. Releasing arms to the side, and go ahead and find yourself into your child's pose, into Balasana. So coming towards the front, the middle of the mat, back of the mat, knees wide, and then big toes touching, extending the arms out in front. One more inhale. Inhale, come up into tabletop. And exhale, firmly rooted into the floor. Press down into the hands. Press down through the mounds of the fingers so you're firmly rooted into the floor. Knees pressing into the floor. And so we're going to take our inhale into our cat-cow. As we exhale, we're going to work into our Om space. So inhaling, the heart lifts. Exhale, pull the belly in, finding that Om sound. So inhaling, lift the heart forward, and exhale. Inhale. Exhaling.
Inhaling to the back of the body, expand the back of the body. As you come forward, roll the collarbones back, finish your inhale, lifting your heart forward. Exhale, curling the tailbone back, coming back to child's pose. Inhale, coming up, lift the heart, expanding. Exhale, tailbone wraps down to the floor. Inhale, breathe back body big, roll collarbones back, lift the heart up. Exhale, tailbone pulls you back down towards the floor. Working on that rolling action of the spine. Inhale, coming forward, roll the collarbones back, lift the heart, expanding. Exhale, coil the tailbone towards the floor and bow it in. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, finding your heels again. And so when we work into some of these postures, what we're really paying attention to in terms of alignment is the way that our chin and throat are focused. So when you bring your hands to your heart, bring your thumbs towards your forehead. And then as we inhale, as we breathe, think about lifting up with your forearms to the sky. We don't want to collapse our neck back, but we want to find this liftedness through the heart and the sternum. So lifting the arms up towards the sky, like we're trying to press our forearms towards the ceiling. Pull the belly button back a little bit and then press the tailbone down. Lift the heart up towards the sky. Find some extension in the spine, inhaling. As you exhale, bringing the arms towards the floor, bowing in, more prostration. Move. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, arms come up, bring your thumbs to the forehead, lift the heart to the sky. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, rolling forward. Inhale, coming up. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll keep our thumbs at heart center here. Root down through the tailbone. And then same action. This time, think about lifting the heart up through your thumbs. So inhale, lifting the heart up. Try not to let the head collapse back, but lift the sternum towards the ceiling. Roof of the mouth is nice and soft. Pull the ears back, neck is long. Sternum leads the way. Then the chin comes up off the chest. And then exhale, bring it back in. Let's do 3 ohms here. So inhaling, exhale it out. Inhale, expand the heart. Lifting the gaze up as you exhale. Bowing in. Inhale. Maybe thumbs up to the forehead and exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. And hands down to the mat. And then step it back. Inhale, the heart comes forward. As you exhale, finding your own into your down dog. So heart expands, exhaling. Unroll into plank pose. Inhale. Lift your chin and throat. Exhaling. One more time, audibly. Inhale into plank. Exhaling. And then 2 times, letting it be an internal mantra. So inhale, come forward, lift your chin up. Exhaling. Back to down dog one more time. Inhale, wave-like motion draws you forward. Exhaling. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, hug it back, look forward, step to the front of the mat, ragdoll posture. Let your body hang forward. Inhale, feel the expansion. As you exhale, folding in. You want to keep lengthen the throat, drawn forward, but then the ears sternum towards the floor. Pedal out the legs is a seam important too. And again, kind of working with that internal Om on the exhale. It's hard to inhale and Om. One more time, inhale, internal mantra on the exhale. Inhale, lift the chest, then the throat, then the chin. As you exhale, hands down to the floor, heel toe your feet together, bow it in. And then inhale, lift the sternum, arms come up, reach up to the sky, lift the arms, press the palms. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Versions of Sun Series. So inhale, expand the heart, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold it forward, nice long exhale. Inhale, unroll the heart. And exhale, step your right foot back into a deep lunge, bring your back knee down to the floor, come up onto your left thigh. Inhale, arms come up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, set deeper into your lunge. Hands can also thumbs towards the forehead. So you have that same lifting of the sternum, lengthening of the throat, and pulling the ears back. Same action of lifting the forearms towards the sky. Inhaling here, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank pose. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, knees can come down. Inhale, roll the heart open, long neck, or pull the ears back, and exhale, hips to the sky. Bring your knees down to the floor, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose, lift the heart. Exhale, child's pose, hips come back. Stepping the right foot forward, bring your back knee down to the floor. Inhale, arms coming up, thumbs towards the forehead, hands can be on the thigh. Set deep into your lunge. Inhale, reaching forearms towards the ceiling. Again, try not to collapse in the neck, but lift the sternum, lengthen the throat, pull the ears back, reach your forearms high. Inhale, arms up to the top. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Straighten your back leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, double leg fold. Bend your knees as you need. Inhale, arms come up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come up, reach up. Exhale, bow it forward, fold forward, hands come down. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, this time stepping your left foot back, nice deep lunge. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Inhale, arms come up or towards your thumbs. Reach up to the sky, inhaling. Exhale, hands down, down dog. Inhale, unroll into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog, pull the elbows back. Exhaling, down dog. Then knee, inhale to plank pose. Knees down, chin down, chest down. Take the booty back, let it pop, then take the tailbone down, roll the spine. Exhale, hips to the sky. Left foot steps forward, back knee comes down. Inhale, arms coming up, thumbs towards the forehead. Inhale again, lift the forearms towards the sky, reach them up. Exhale, hands down to the floor, back leg lifts up. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to the top, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, arms come up, reach up again, neck is long, hug belly back, rolling back. Exhale, folding, hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift chin up off chest, drag the heart forward. As you exhale, step back, high plank pose. Inhaling here, as you exhale, maybe an audible Om. So inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, up dog, and exhale. Deep breath. Pressing the breath out. Look forward, foot or step to the front. Inhale upon landing, deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. And exhale. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. This time, internal Oms. Inhale. Exhale, low push-up pose, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, hips to the sky. Lift up your right leg here, inhaling. Open it up to the side. Feel a nice opening in the hip. So it's easy to collapse into the left foot, into the left hip here. So push it into the floor. Reach your arms long. Try to press your left heel down to the floor. Take your right heel towards your left shoulder. So reach it back. Lift your left armpit up off the floor. Then reach the right leg up into that three-legged dog. Bring it back down to the floor. Strong leg. Inhale. Left leg comes up. Open it up to the side. So bend the knee. Feel the opening in the hip. And again, that right leg, it's easy to collapse into that hip. So push into the floor. Lift up out of the right hip. Left heel towards your right shoulder. And then lift your right shoulder up. Rib cage up. Forearm up. Inhale. Reach the leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it down. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, unroll into plank pose a little bit. Exhale, crouching tiger, pressing breath out, look forward. Stepward floats. Inhale, lift chin up off the chest, sternum leads. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to the top, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Up dog, inhale, lift the heart. Down dog, exhale. Really root into the floor. This time take your right hand, keep it on the floor, come up onto your left fingertips. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Keep your legs straight. Think half moon pose. Push your right hand into the floor. Open up your left hip. Keep the legs straight. Toes flex back towards the face. And then if you'd like to, lift up your left arm up to the sky. Then maybe you can lift your gaze up. Maybe you're fine right here. Maybe you fall back. That's fine as well. Bring your left hand back down to the floor. Three-legged dog. Reach it up. Exhale, bring it down. This time, come up onto your right fingertips, lift your right leg up to the sky, open up the hip, bring weight into the left hand, maybe from there, right arm comes up. So it's our first balancing posture here, and it's kind of a tough one because we have to reorganize our mind in a way. And bring your right hand down, lifting, right leg up higher, bring it down, press your heels towards. See if you can imagine lifting your toes up. Take a deep breath. Inhale, find a little bit of a plank pose. Exhale, bend the knees, squeeze in, look forward, float, or step. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold deeply forward. Inhale, rise up to the top, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Arms come up, inhale. Exhale, folding forward, hands come down. Inhale, lift chin up off your chest. Exhale, low push-up pose, chaturanga dandasana. Up dog, inhaling. Down dog, exhaling. So any freestyle movements you'd like here, you can lift your right leg up, roll the hip around if you choose. Couple of breaths. And take one nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, press the breath, look forward, bend the knees, float, or step to the front. Inhale, lift upon landing, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rise all the way up to the top, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar, it's a deep Utkatasana. Weight to the heels, arms come up, inhale. As you exhale, fold forward, hands down, maybe they're flat. Press your hands into the floor. Lean weight into the hands. Tip forward up onto the toes. Start to bend the elbows. Float back, low push-up pose. Up dog, inhale. Hold the heart open. Down dog. Exhale, lift the hips to the sky. Lift your right leg up. As you do, shift forward towards plank pose. Lift the chin up. So find that lift in the inhale. Exhale, press back, knee to nose. Push forward onto the toes. Inhale, lift it up, lean forward in towards the plank pose. Exhale, knee to nose. Coil in, shift onto your left toes. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, lift it up, look forward. Exhale, knee to nose, lean forward, step forward. Deep lunge, arms up, inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands down. And Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale, hips to the sky. So 3 times, knee to nose. As you inhale, shift forward towards that plank pose so you get a back bend. Lift the heart high. Exhale, knee to nose, shift back, then forward again. Inhale, lift the leg, look forward. Exhale, coil it in. Inhale, lift the leg, look forward. Exhale, coil it in. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, deep lunge. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands back down. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. One inhale. Finish the exhale. Look forward. Step or float. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhaling. Down dog. Exhaling. Right leg lifts up. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it high. Knee to right inner armpit. Inhale, lift high. Left inner armpit. Inhale, lift it high. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, lift it up. Lean forward. Exhale, coil. 1. Inhale. Exhale, left inner armpit. Inhale, lift it up. Right inner armpit. Leg up, inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, the arms come up. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands down. Chaturanga. Up dog, inhaling. Down dog, exhaling. And 1. Now 3 breaths here. 2. And then 3. Inhale and roll into plank pose, booty up. Exhale, crouching tiger, press breath out. Look forward. Inhale upon landing. Exhale, fold. So Utkatasana. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms to the side. So lean forward, coil the tailbone down, draw the inner thighs back. Inhale, right leg comes up. So we lift the right leg up towards the sky. As your right leg comes up, push through your heel. Inhale. As you exhale, without bending your right leg or your left leg, bring it back, warrior 3. Reach it out. So we have a strong action there. Inhale, bring it forward. Try not to let it touch. Exhale. Setting the pattern. Inhale, it just grazes the floor. Lift the heart. Exhale, bring it back. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, unroll the spine forward. Bring weight into the hands. Chaturanga, so float up And back for chaturanga, or step back in a reasonable way. Hips to the sky. Right leg comes up, inhale, exhale into your lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down, 2 options. We're going to shift forward towards that same standing splits pose and work our way through our vinyasa, or you can just step back into chaturanga. So lift up, push up, up dog, and down dog. And from there, lift the left leg, inhale, exhale, lunge. Arms up, inhale, exhale, hands down. And again, you can look forward on your inhale and then step back, or bring weight forward. Inhale, lift your chest up. As you exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Couple of breaths. One more inhale, unroll the plank. Exhale, crouching tiger, press breath out, tone the pelvic floor, look forward. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, fold. Left leg into the chest, Utkatasana. Inhale, bring the leg up, extend through your heel. Inhale here. As you exhale, without letting your foot touch the floor, hug the thigh bone up, lean forward. Inhale, bring it forward, lift up. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring it back. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, look up. Step back or float back, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step to lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down. Step back in through your vinyasa or float up. Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg, inhale. Step to lunge as you exhale. Arms up, inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands down. Find your vinyasa. Lift up. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Taking child's pose whenever you need to. Got 3 breaths. One more inhale. Crouching tiger as you exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, float or step to the front. Inhale, lift chin from chest. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, Utkatasana. Arms come up and the right leg comes up. Reach up to the sky. Push through your heel. Exhale, bring your leg back. This time, inhale, bring your leg forward. Lift it up. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale here. As you exhale, Shiva squat. Bend your left leg, right knee towards the hams or towards the calf. Bring your hands to the chest. No need to go all the way down. Inhale, warrior 3, hands in prayer. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Inhale, reach your right leg back. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, reach your leg back. Exhale, hands down. Find your flow, lift up. And chaturanga. Modify as needed. Inhale, exhale. Right leg up, inhale. Step to lunge, exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down. And find your vinyasa, float up. Chaturanga. Up dog. And then down dog. Left leg lifts up, inhale. Lunge as you exhale. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Vinyasa, lift up. Chaturanga. Up dog. And then down dog. Couple of breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, press the breath out. Look forward, step forward or float. Lift chin from chest on inhale. Exhale, fold. Left leg up on Utkatasana. Inhale, coming up, reaching. Leg straightens, exhale, warrior three. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, warrior three. Hands to heart. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, Shiva squat, hug in. Inhale, push up out of the right hip. Exhale, hug in. One more time, inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, Shiva squat. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. And then down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down. Find your flow. Lift up. Chaturanga. Up dog. And then down dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Vinyasa, pick your flow. Chaturanga, up dog, and then down dog. And then child's pose. Breathing. So if you're wondering if this child's pose is more for you or for me, I assure you it is for me in this moment. And inhale up into tabletop, exhale to down dog. Nice. Right leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, step to lunge. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Come up into your lunge here. So we're in that kind of 90-degree angle poses here. So front leg, 90 degrees, back leg, 90 degrees from the floor. And then set into your lunge. Now we want the shin bone to push forward. Thigh bone hugs back into the hip socket. So we're nice and rooted. Tailbone down to the floor. Left thigh bone's hugged up as well. So the legs are squeezing in towards the midline. Hands can be on the thighs. All right, from there, taking palms to touch, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling, hooking behind the back of the skull. Hug your elbows in, and then with the strength of hugging the legs towards the midline, lean in, lift the heart, and then find that expansion. Lengthen the back of the neck, pull your head towards your back toes. Use your arms to give you something to push against so you're not collapsing into the back of the neck. Hold that form. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands down. And then step back to down dog. Hips to the sky. Left leg comes up, inhale. Lunge as you exhale. Back knee down, back foot down. Come up into that lunge. But it's easy to get kind of strung out here. It feels like a good stretch on the right hip, but we want to make sure that we have a strong, solid foundation. Shin bone plugs back in, thigh bone plugs back in. So the shin bone moves forward, thigh bone hugs back. Right thigh hugs up and in, tailbone scoops forward and down. Reach your arms up to the sky, bring your wrists back, hug your elbows in, lengthen and lift. Inhale, as you exhale, find that back bend, lengthen the neck. So again, hug the legs in, then set deeper. Find the back bend. Bringing in the back of the skull towards your back heel. The roof of the mouth is soft. Sternum is lifted. Inhaling. Exhale. Lift the arms up without collapsing the neck. Exhale the hands down. Step back down dog. Flow if you choose. Couple of breaths. One more full inhale. And then exhaling. Lift your right leg high. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Square the legs again, so pull them in. Front knee presses back so your thigh bone's in the hip socket. Plug in. And then shin bone forward. Left leg, hug the thigh bone back up and in. So scissor a little bit. Come forward onto your back foot. Press into the floor. Tailbone scoops down. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, again, we have an opportunity for that internal Om. So it'd be inhale, open, exhale, right hand to left rib cage, pull the belly button back up and in. Inhale, lift the arm to the sky. Exhale, hug in. And then internally, inhale. Exhale. Hand comes down to the floor. Bring your back heel down to the floor. Root it in. Inhale, warrior two. Holding the posture with strength. So anytime we're in a pose, we should still, even though we're not necessarily making that sound, we should still have the ability to articulate that Om sound. That's how we know our breathing is more or less correct, because we're not huffing and puffing, but we have the ability to articulate. Flip your back palm, flip your front palm. Inhale, revolved. Find the back bend, or not the back bend, the side stretch here. Not so much of a back bend. Bring your left hand onto your hip, push down gently as you reach the right arm. So gently is the key word there, not the thigh, hand to hip and reach. Inhale, exhale, inhale, come up. As you exhale, again, elbow to the inside, left arm up and over. So we have that same ability. We're not huffing and puffing, it's roof of the mouth is soft. 3, 4, and then 5. Inhale, warrior 2. Straighten the right leg, rotate your toes, hands to your waist. Square out through your hips. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Hands come down to the floor. Pedal or bring your hips side to side a couple of times and shimmy a little bit, bending one leg and then the other. So informal movements. Maybe this time bend your left leg, walk your right, your arms out to the right, and lean back. So arms reach forward, left knee bends, right leg stays right where it was at. One more breath. Inhale back to center, hands underneath your face. Bend your right leg, set the knee out towards, kind of at an angle so it's in line with the heel. Arms out towards the left. And set deep. So our hips are moving back, but our arms are moving forward. 2. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. We'll take it into a twist here. Inhale. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Take your left shoulder towards your right ankle. Then take your right shoulder and roll it back. Both patterns. Hold the pose. Lift your left hip up a little bit. Look down. Bring the hand down to the floor. Right hand down to the floor. Left arm lifts up. Take your right shoulder towards your left ankle. So it rotates forward and down. Then use your left shoulder to elongate. Side body long. Reach up to the sky. Nice deep twist. Lengthening through both sitting bones. One more inhale. Look down to the floor. Inhale, bring the hand down to the floor. As you exhale, go ahead and walk your hands to the front. And then step back or float back. Low push-up pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. So you can just take it back to down dog. And from down dog, left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Shin bone presses forward, but the thigh bone hugs back. Same thing with your back leg. Thigh bone hugs into the hip socket as you press back through your heel. Right hand stays on the floor. Coil the tailbone. Inhale. Left arm up to the sky. So similar as before. Right shoulder forward. Left shoulder rotates back. Find the integrity in your and how you engage the floor. Then with that internal Om, inhale. Exhale. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale. Inhale again, arm up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhaling, arm comes up. Release your hand down to the floor. Back outer heel down to the floor, rooting in, warrior 2. In about five or so breaths, reaching forward. Flip your front palm, flip your back palm, lifting, side body stretch. Right hand can come down towards the hip, press down gently, reach your side body long. One more breath. Warrior 2, inhale, and exhale, releasing elbow in towards the shin, right arm up and over. Breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, warrior 2. Straighten out your front leg, rotate your toes. Inhale, hands to the waist. Exhale, fold. Hands down to the floor, Skandasana, so half Skandasana, meaning only bringing the leg down to about 90 degrees so that you can stay deep into your, so your other foot can stay completely on the floor. Let's go towards the left side first, so bending your left leg deeply. Hips move back, hands can move forward, so bend that leg deep. Switch to the other side, so half Skanda, bring it over to the other side. Finding movement, maybe your toes point out just a little bit more. Switching out. Full Skandasana, towards the left first. Bend your left knee, right toes come up, coming into your Namaskar. So my heel stays up off the floor. If you can bring it down, do. Otherwise, pulling your right thigh back in as you extend your legs strong. Left hand comes down, inhale, right arm up to the sky, reaching up. You can bend the right elbow if you want, pull it back. And then release right hand down. Switch to your other side, right toes rotate out a little bit, bending your right leg. Come up onto your left heel. Hands come to heart. Then right hand down, left arm up, find the twist. So your belly button leads the way. Pull the belly button around. Look down, release your hand down to the floor. Come back towards your Prasarita folding forward posture. Now left hand stays in front of your chest. Then right arm comes up to the sky. Take your right arm, rotate your right thumb back behind you, reach your right hand to your left inner thigh. And from here, take your left shoulder towards your right foot, and then slide your hand down to the outside of the leg as far as it'll go, and find a twist. From there, the left hip wants to drop down, so we want to lift it up. That might mean bending the left leg a little bit, creating a little bit of tension. It also might mean dropping the right hip down. So do what's appropriate for you. The head can be heavy, or you can look up. And straightening out the left leg if it's bent, look down. Right hand comes down, left arm follows. Inhale, look forward a little bit. Exhaling. Then this time, left arm comes up, inhale. Turn the palm, thumb rotates towards the space behind you. Then bring it back towards your right inner thigh. External rotation a little bit there. And right shoulder towards your left ankle. Rotate it in. Hand slides down the side of the foot. Find the side of your foot or your calf, and then let the body hang open. Bend the right leg a little bit, or just lifting the right hip. See what's appropriate for you. That can be heavy, or you can look up. Find the posture that's getting the release you need. 3, 4, and then 5. Look down. Right hand comes back. Left arm lifts up. Release your left arm down. Release your right arm out in front. Inhale hard forward, and then exhale. That's a very similar pose. This time more of a kind of forehead or kind of a splits pose in a way. So from here, taking your right arm towards the back of the calf, and then take your left arm towards the side of the foot. Take your left elbow towards the floor, and then from there, you can hold. You can bend your left knee a little bit if you need to. Just depends on what's appropriate for you. And then spin open. Head can be heavy. Spin your belly button across your right thigh. Look down, release your left hand down, right arm, and left hand towards the back of the calf. Take your right arm towards the outside of the foot, and then twisting. Right elbow towards the earth. Bend the right knee a little if you need to. Releasing, hands out in front of you. Inhale, step to or bring your hands to the front of the mat. Chaturanga or straight to down dog. Up dog on your inhale. Down dog as you exhale. Bring your knees down to the floor. So pause for a moment. And so, rather than having a peak posture, we're going to have a peak flow. We're going to work on floating forward into our crescent lunge. I believe we did this last time. Into our crescent lunge. We're going to come up. This is very strenuous movements here. As we come up into the inhale, into crescent lunge, rather than stay coming directly down, we're going to exhale into our back bend using that sound. So I'm going to recommend you watch me on this first one. We'll see how this goes. And we're going to do 3 sets. So I'll show you each of the different elements, and then we'll go ahead and flow with it, okay? We'll do 3, right, left, right, left, right, left, okay? So in order to float forward into our crescent lunge form, we lift up our left leg for our right leg lunge. So we inhale, we lift the leg up, look in between your thumbs, bend your right leg, and then float forward, pulling the knee into the chest as you do. So inhale, leg comes up, press the breath out, bend the leg, and then float up, bending, foot comes down. Inhale, the arms come up, and then as you exhale, inhale, the arms come up, exhale, hands down, lift up your left leg, inhale, float up, exhale, chaturanga, up dog, and then down dog. And so as we work through that, make sure that you're not bound to perfection in the posture. Your perfection is that moment of suspension at the tail end of that Om form, okay? Let's go ahead, we'll do 3 of them, and we'll start to finish everything up. So, hands down, hips up. Left leg comes up, inhale, lift the left leg up, look in between the thumbs, bend your right knee, float forward, pushing the breath out. Crescent lunge, inhale, arms come up, exhale, inhale, arms up, hands down, inhale, lift up, exhale, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Right leg comes up, inhale, pattern breathing, look in between the thumbs. As you exhale, float up, foot down. Inhale, crescent, exhale, arms up, inhale, hands down, vinyasa, lift up, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, full breath. So left leg, lift it up, inhale, look forward. As you exhale, float forward, deep lunge. Bending, arms up, inhale, exhale, arms up, hands down. Lift up, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Right leg lifts up, inhale, look forward, float up, exhale, squeeze in, arms up, inhale, exhale, arms up, hands down, right leg lifts up, chaturanga. So if this is hard for you, it's because it's hard. Be okay with that. Left leg, last set. Inhale, left leg, look forward, float up, and then lunge. Inhale, arms up, exhale, hands down, lift up, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Last side, left side, the right leg up, inhale. As you exhale, float forward. Inhale up, exhale, arms up, hands down. Inhale, lift the heart forward, exhale, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and then child's pose. And from here, come into tabletop, cross your ankles, slowly sit down. Legs out in front, lay on your back. Lift both legs up to the sky, Viparita Karani. So with the legs straight up, seeing if you can find a certain amount of strength there. We're going into some twisted postures. So bend your knees to 90 degrees. Try to keep your knees touching. Arms out, palms flat. Inhale here, exhale, knees 2 inches above the floor on the left side. So bring it out. Usually the right hip's gonna move back. So we have to use core engagement, belly button engagement to stack the knees, look towards the right. Use your left hand to push your right shoulder down. 2 breaths. 1 more. Inhale, legs come up. Exhale, 2 inches on the right side. Inhale, exhale. Again, the left hip wants to dangle back, so take your left hip, press to stacked knees. Feet still floating, knees still floating. 2, 1. Legs come up, inhale, exhale here. This time we're going to bring them all the way down, but we're going to pause about 2 inches. So inhale, exhale to 2 inches. Inhale, keep the knees stacked. Exhale, 4, bring it down to the floor. Left hand pushes right shoulder down. Spin from the navel. 1 more inhale. Legs come back up to the top. Inhale. Exhale to 2 inches. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Open. So again, stacking the knees. Look towards the side. Super posture for digestion. One more breath. Look up. Inhale. Legs come up. Exhale. Inhale, lift the legs up towards the sky, so straight legs. This time we're going to separate our legs a little bit as we move into this form, still keeping knees and heels stacked when they're on the floor. So taking right leg out about 30 degrees or so. Inhale. As you exhale, left foot starts to drop towards the floor. As it drops towards the floor, right foot comes to join. As they join, taking and stacking your heels. And then from there, spin open. Left hand still pushes down. Keep pushing through your right heel as you look over your other shoulder. So feel the twist in the abdomen. Press back through both sitting bones. Deep, this long spine twist. 1 more breath. Finish your exhale first, and then right leg only comes up. Inhale. Bring the left leg up. So now you're in that lifted leg splits. As you exhale, right foot comes down, then your left heel stacks. Push through your tailbone, through your heel. Right hand presses down, pressing left shoulder down. 2, 1. And then from here, look up. Take your left leg only, inhale. As you exhale, bring your right leg to join. This time we're going to take our left hand towards the side of the foot or the side of the calf. We're going to try to pull our toes up to shoulder height. So inhale here. As you exhale, reaching your toes towards your left hand. Left hand grabs towards the calf or the side of the foot. And then right foot joins, pushing through your heel. Toes up, shoulder line, pressing down. Right hand presses down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Then roll over onto your left shoulder. Find your right foot. On your inhale, pull the right leg up. As soon as it comes up to a certain point, the left foot follows. Roll over onto your other side. Heels stacked. Left arm opens. 3, 2, 1. Roll over onto your right shoulder. Find the side of the foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, Nanda Balasana. Bend the knees. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. And then from here, draw the knees into the chest. Lift your hips up a little bit. Make a little hammock with your hips. And then lay down. Any other postures that you need for today, feel free to take them. And then find your resting pose, Shavasana. Resting into the residue of the moment, the residue of Om. Letting your Savasana be a moment of repose, of surrender. In many ways, our practice brings us peace, and in other ways, our practice cultivates internal strength and resilience. And find those two things simultaneously. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. Please rest as long as you are able. Allow your Savasana to be a way in which you metabolize the efforts that you put into the practice. And maybe throughout the day, throughout the week until we meet again, paying attention to that sound of Om. When you feel yourself stressed, take a deep breath in and have one of those internal Oms. So it's truly an honor to be with you here this morning. I bow to you all. Namaste.